Hi everyone, welcome back to another Marvel Strike Force video. Today I want to talk about the game vision video that everyone is discussing and give a different take on what it could mean for the future of the game. So on March 17th, Scopely plans to release a video explaining the visions, followed by a day for the community to process it, and then give a Q&A the next day. So they've already gone ahead about blog, and I'm going to briefly go over that because I'm sure that you've read it already and had your take and already, processed what you had. So, briefly going over this, what they're going to do is give us what it's going to be for the future, and not just month future, but long term, for years, what's coming to the game. It's going to be establishing a baseline for clear and more communication, which is always good for a game like this. What it's not going to be is going to be talking about the patch previews or a list of next week's changes or challenges or day-by-day roadmap, or even in the conversation of what will be next week or anything like that. Now, why are they sharing it now? Because you've already seen parts of it. You may have noticed less content recently, which we have. That's been a huge thing. People complaining about it. It's repetitive. You're not seeing the same. There's no new content. All they're doing is replaying the same towers. Battle World, all they're doing is just inserting a new boss, and it's the same thing. It was Null. Then we got Sentry, and we're going to have Maestro. Same concept, new battle. Nothing really changed other than who you're fighting. And they're specifically doing that because it's not a locked roadmap, but they want to put it in front of us to hear what we think and get the input. So they tell you exactly how to tune in. You go to YouTube Premier link. But my take on this isn't going to be about anything what I've already said. It's going to be about moving the game to console. Now, why do I say that? Well, there's several developments around what Scopely suggests long-term strategy could be, and going beyond mobile. First, let's take a step back, look at who's leading the event. The general manager, Ryan Jacobson, built his career around high-revenue live service games. Before he worked for Scopely, he worked for Machine Zone and Electronic Arts, companies that pioneered many systems that we find currently in Marvel Strike Force, like alliance-based progression, constant live events, heavy monetization loops, and competitive guild systems. Now, secondly, Scopely is backed by Savvy Games Group, which is funded by the Public Investment Fund. And they have major investments across the gaming industries, including Nintendo, Electronic Arts, Take-Two Interactive, Capcom, and Activision Blizzard, which is owned by Microsoft now. So that's games like Rockstar Games, Red Dead Redemption, GTA, EA Sports, Assassin's Creed, WWE, 2K, all their games. Also, they've worked with, I believe they're also doing stuff with AEW. And with Microsoft Blizzard, you've got games like World of Warcraft, Elder Scrolls Online, Fallout 76 Online, and different regular franchises. So they've got connections in nearly everything across the board. Third, in case you didn't know it, Scopely's already started bringing their mobile games to console. In 2024, they launched Stumble Games on the Xbox, showing that they're actively testing console distribution for their live service games. They've also expanded their mobile titles, going to PC with Star Trek Fleet Command, showing that they're willing to grow just beyond mobile to make a larger group. And fifth point is, when Marvel Strike Force moved to web play, it removes dependence on mobile app stores and allows the game to run through web browser infrastructure, which is often a first step to supporting additional platforms like PC or consoles. So about a year ago, let's take a step back on stuff, they talked and they mentioned plans for a possible costume upgrade system and a moments feature that highlighted battles, collectible story moments, and profile achievements. Ever since they mentioned that, we haven't heard anything about it. One possible reason, again, I think is because you can't continuously update a game, with new features and get a smooth transition to console. When you have different departments in a company working on different things don't always blend together. If you've ever played an online game and there's an update, there's always bugs. Reason why is some things just don't work out. And if you're going to transition a game that is constantly updated, it makes it harder. So that's why we haven't had any new content. It's just the same cycle stuff for over a year, giving them time to move it to console. Also, you have to think about consoles. You don't have to update. You don't have to get with phones, you have to get a new phone because they're constant video updating their graphics and everything like that. The performance demands increase because of something that browsers and consoles can handle, because if they keep updating it, you're going to have to get a new phone and play the game. How many of us are actually going to do that just to play the game that we like and some people have spent money on? You're not going to. Chances are, if you're playing on a mobile game, you already have a console or possibly even a computer that you could play the game on. And in doing so, it's going to grow the fan base even further. So this is what I think the Game Vision update is going to be about. Not just what they're going to do on the mobile game itself, but something massive that will extend for years to go. So, again, that's my take. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I hope you have a great day. And if you happen to be in an area where there's bad weather, I hope everyone is staying safe out there. All right, you have a good day. Thank you for joining.